Exploring the unknown can be fun, but things can quickly turn eerie. Tonight, we're delving into a series of disturbing encounters that have left the internet in shock. But be warned, the final one is truly chilling. While filming in the eerie backwoods of southern Illinois, a crew's camera caught something truly terrifying. This clip, uploaded to YouTube, was recorded by a crew filming for Stryker Brigade Combat Team deep in the jungle. While working on their project, they noticed a massive humanoid figure moving through the forest, covered in black hair and towering over the foliage. Its posture and walk bear a striking resemblance to what the internet commonly refers to as Bigfoot. It's unsettling to think creatures like this might roam our jungles. This first responder's ATV GoPro captured something in the forest that will haunt him forever. On a high-priority GPS medical alert, the responder rushed to aid someone near a recreational area along the North Saskatchewan River in Canada. As he tore through the twisting trails, he suddenly spotted a strange, shadowy figure standing dead still between the trees and bushes. The figure appeared to be hiding, as though stalking the ATV, waiting for the perfect moment to strike. While some are calling it Bigfoot, I don't think so. This thing feels far more intelligent and terrifying than the legendary cryptid. What do you think? Just another forest myth, or something truly sinister lurking in the wilderness? A Reddit user set up 2 trail cams deep in the forest. What they captured might just be some of the most chilling photos on the internet. This photo was taken by one of the trail cameras at the Port Madison Indian Reservation, where the user had set up the cameras. It was a dense forest, so there were never any hikers there. This photo, taken by the second camera, shows the same spot, but this time there is a shadowy, creepy figure standing in the distance. It looks like a girl, but there's something terrifyingly off about her, especially that face. The user notified the local police, assuming the figure might be lost, but the fact that this person, or whatever it is, was a mile deep in the forest with no trail nearby makes it even creepier. And that face? It doesn't look human to me. This next video shows one of the rarest US Navy encounters with a bizarre UFO that's been flying around. In 2019, US Navy personnel filmed and photographed a pyramid-shaped object flying in the sky. According to reports, this could either be a UFO or UAP, a topic discussed in the classified May 1st, 2020 briefing by the Office of Naval Intelligence. The object looks incredibly strange, and considering it comes from the Navy, it could be authentic. I can't think of anything else that fits the description. Maybe a kite? But seriously, what kind of kite reflects and glows like this? I've never seen anything like it. Dolls are unsettling, but what this homeowner had, check, and you can hear the fear in her voice as he opens the attic door. Inside, it was dark, but as the husband walked around, some boxes suddenly shifted on their own. This confirmed that someone or something was definitely in there, though the low light kept it hidden. While walking down, the husband handed the camera to his wife, and during the exchange, a strange creature was captured, quickly peeking its head out. They didn't notice it at the time, but after reviewing the video, it became clear. This was definitely the thing making those noises, and my advice to the homeowner is simple: leave it in there and change homes as fast as possible. The advancement of technology is scary to some, but for this little girl, it was a lifesaver. This video comes from a sheriff's aviation unit that used thermal imaging to guide deputies to a missing 5-year-old who wandered into a swampy area near Tampa. You can spot a white warm spot in the dense jungle, showing where the child is.
I got her in the woods. Yeah, she might be able to hear your name if you call her from now. She's going to be about 80 feet in front of you.
Later, the ground unit rushed to the location and found the child in the swamp. In a heart-stopping moment, she was rescued by the deputy.
Let's get you out of the water.
It's chilling to think about what the child must have felt, but thanks to the authorities and the technology of thermal imaging, they were able to find her. Without it, searching that dense jungle would have been nearly impossible. Fishing is supposed to be a fun and calming experience, but not when you're being stalked by what might be a skinwalker. These guys were out fishing when they heard a strange mix of a scream and a sneeze coming from the woods ahead.
Oh, you alright? Bless you!
At first, they thought it was just someone sneezing and continued fishing, but the sounds came back multiple times, now sounding more like terrifying screams.
The skinwalker? Caden?
Want to leave?
We'll be alright. It's daytime. They don't come out during the daytime. Oh my gosh.
What is that?
I don't know. I've never heard that noise in my life. Bless you!
They even noticed something running in the woods along the shore, and according to them, it was incredibly fast.
How's it all the way over there now?
Dude, what is that? That's got... It's cooking. It just moved like 200 yards.
This is beyond creepy. Whatever that thing is, it doesn't seem to have good intentions. Some are saying it's a skinwalker, creatures that disguise themselves as animals or even humans to lure their victims. In this case, it seems to be screaming to draw these two closer, but for what reason? God only knows. These cave explorers stumbled upon one of the strangest and most unexpected discoveries during their venture. As they navigated through the eerie depths of a cave, they used their GoPro to record the journey, capturing the dark and haunting environment as they went deeper.
Que no les moleste. Sí, ni modo. Maldita mochila. Uy, pensé que era un ruco.
After some time, they exited the cave, only to stumble across a plastic bag and a few sticks that appeared to form some kind of makeshift shelter.
Mira. Un bote. Aquí abajo.
Venturing further, they found a plastic bag and sticks forming a makeshift shelter. Nearby, a barrel blocked an entrance covered by plastic. They also noticed drying wires, cross signs, and signs of habitation, prompting them to investigate.
No, güey, aquí vive alguien, ¿no? Una cruz. Dos cruces. Aquí vive algo. 100% que vive aquí.
Calling out, they were stunned when an old voice responded. Inside, they found an elderly man named Jose, living alone for 30 years with just a bed and essentials. He explained he survives on beans and earns money by collecting and selling plastic.
Hola, buenas, buenas.
Buenas.
Deja un poquito tanta luz para no lastimarle sus ojos. Disculpe, buenas noches. Nosotros no sabíamos que vivía aquí usted, Discúlpenos. Nada más teníamos la duda que si nos permite grabar aquí y pues ahorita le damos un cambio, ¿no? ¿Cuánto tiempo tiene aquí viviendo?
30 años.
¿30 años?
¿Aquí? 30 años.
¿Está solo?
Vive solo.
Vivo solo ya.
Sí.
Entonces, no hijos, nada. Uy.
After a brief conversation, the explorers left the cave, still amazed at what they'd seen.
Ándele.
Que pase buena noche y disculpe,
Que le vaya bien, ándale, sí.
Vale, pues, nos vemos.
Sí,
Hace
gracias.
una buena madrugada.
Sí, gracias.
Sale, al rato le doy su regalo.
Gracias.
Le voy a traer una chamacona.
Sí.
¿Cuántas quiere?
¿Una qué?
It's hard to believe someone could live in a cave for 30 years, completely isolated from the outside world. It's both heartbreaking and fascinating to see how resilient the human spirit can be in such conditions. Hearing rumors about the infamous blue ghost tunnel, these YouTubers decided to investigate, a decision they soon regretted. This video, uploaded by the channel Jack Slaughters, documents their eerie venture into the tunnel, which locals claim is haunted.
Yeah, this is it. The Blue Ghost Tunnel. Look at that.
Inside, it was pitch dark, but the real terror began when they heard footsteps approaching from deep within the tunnel.
I can hear your footsteps.
Adding to the unease, outside, he kept hearing what sounded like a distant train, even though the tracks above were under construction.
I've just been informed that there's no trains in this area anymore.
They returned to the tunnel to explore further, but were startled by a strange light flickering at the far end. Tay couldn't identify what it was, but it left them deeply unsettled.
For a second time, so I'm trying to find the other side of how you get to the other side. I can see a light at the end of this tunnel, but I can't see where the bridge and the tunnel intersect. If that's you coming closer to me, could you please stop? I just seen a light at the end of the tunnel. What the fuck?
This was creepy, especially with no clue where the light at the tunnel's end came from. The tunnel also has an eerie history, including a German church from 1773, a nearby cemetery, and a deadly train crash in 1888. Plenty to fuel rumors of it being haunted. We all love flipping through old photo memories, but sometimes what starts as nostalgia can spiral into a bone-chilling realization. This photo, shared by a Reddit user, was taken by her boyfriend back in 2013 along the Thames Path in the UK. It's a serene shot of a trail, seemingly leading to a clearing between the trees, until you take a closer look. When zoomed in, a bright white figure appears to be standing at the end of the trail, and it seems to shift slightly between the first and second photos. What's eerie is that they only noticed this strange figure 11 years later. Whatever it was, something or someone was waiting at the end of that trail that day. A haunting memory indeed. Some people believe we live in a matrix, and glitches in reality occasionally show up. This video might just be proof of that. A TikTok video captures what looks like a plane stuck in midair, completely motionless. Even the banner it's towing seems frozen in place.
Glitch in the matrix. Sees me walking. I'm walking. Look. This plane. Is it moving?
I've seen several videos like this, but most don't offer an explanation. One insightful comment, however, explained it could be due to a headwind and tailwind phenomenon, where pilots can achieve 0 knots ground speed, making the plane appear to hover. Still, it's a pretty surreal sight to witness. There are signs, and then there are full-blown warnings, which this homeowner seems to be getting. This TikTok clip shows a homeowner experiencing some seriously creepy paranormal activity. Right from the start, you can hear loud banging noises coming from the back room. Then, out of nowhere, his kid kick scooter moves all by itself. When the homeowner tries to put the scooter back, the bathroom door suddenly swings open on its own. Despite being visibly shaken, they check inside, but no one's there. To make it even weirder, you can see the toilet paper blowing up mysteriously. This house clearly has some strange paranormal activity going on, and it's hard to ignore. What would you do if you were in their shoes? Let us know in the comments. This next video comes from a famous Arab paranormal explorer, and it might just be the worst night of his life. Even while he's introducing this haunted house exploration, strange things start happening. Objects fall, and then a creepy cat appears, sitting there and staring blankly at him.
جدا تخيل لو دخلت من قبل 3 سنوات والموقع
As he continues his exploration, his camera accidentally captures a strange black figure standing in the doorway at a distance. He doesn't seem to notice it, but whatever it was, it definitely noticed him. Later, while climbing the stairs, loud, aggressive footsteps and a metallic clacking sound echo through the house. Just as he reaches the top, a door creaks open in front of him.
Bismillah. Bismillah. قسم بالله في صوت. بابا فتح.
And then, as he's walking out of a room, the camera again catches that same black figure, this time peeking from within another room. The video ends after some more exploration, but it leaves us wondering, what was that thing lurking in the darkness? And what if the explorer had stayed just a little longer? Honestly, I don't even want to know. Being a security guard might seem like a routine job until you're tasked with checking out apartments like these. These video clips were recorded by a building security guard who spotted eerie outlines of figures inside apartments that were completely locked and unused. In the first clip, one of these figures vanishes the moment it's noticed.
Yeah, it's still there.
In the second clip, two humanoid figures appear to be standing by a window, just staring outside, until something suddenly gets thrown at the glass. Later, in another video, the same figures can still be seen standing by the window, completely unmoving. The building manager stays in constant communication with the guard as these events unfold. Honestly, no paycheck, even $1 million, could convince me to check out what's going on in there. This is straight up chilling. This next video comes from a renowned Bigfoot investigator during one of his strangest expeditions yet. While deep in the jungle with his wife, this YouTuber named Urban Angler found trees smashed to the ground as if a giant creature had passed through. Despite that, he set up a camp near the lake for the night.
Godzilla's been through here and smashed absolutely everything down. But the good thing about it, there's no wind, and this could possibly, you know, can't see any other trees going over, but we are carrying on. Tank can go there.
Encounters like this one. This intriguing video comes from an African forest safari, where a tourist captures footage of a peculiar creature sitting inside a tree. At first glance, the creature appears similar to a baboon, but as the camera zooms in on its face, it reveals features unlike anything seen before. The creature possesses a strange and creepy humanoid hand, sitting upright and fixated on something. In the background, you can hear the voices of a large crowd that has gathered to witness this unusual sight.
Ja, dat is een kopje ziet. Dat zag je net wel, hè?
Ja, maar hij presenteert ons.
Suggesting that the creature might be hiding in the tree due to the attention. A huge creature can be spotted behind the trees wandering in the woods. The walk looked almost human-like, but the physique did not. The creature looked more like a human than any animal, but a gigantic one, making the man realize it could be the infamous Bigfoot. The man captured the footage in the spring of 2015, but said he was unsure if he should show it to anyone, because he didn't want to sound crazy. However, he later found some courage and uploaded it on YouTube, causing mixed reactions from everyone who laid their eyes on it. As for the authenticity of the video, I leave it up to you, the viewer, to decide. Uploaded on YouTube in 2020, this video looks like something straight out of a horror movie. In just a couple of seconds, it gives us a glimpse into how scary the world could be if we could see the ghosts with naked eyes. It was recorded by a security camera set up in the Garden of Ninfa in Italy. Applies to close the gap between itself and the human. Continuously talking to the lion, the man tries his best to let the lion know that he is not going to bug him or anything, and is trying to leave the place.
I'm going away. I'm going away. I'm going away. I'm not gonna promise I'm not gonna. Hey, I'm not gonna bug you. I'm going away. I'm not gonna bug you. I promise. I'm just going away.
And luckily, the lion somehow understood it, after some time halting its chase and going back to where it came from. This is one of those videos that makes me think twice before going on a forest hike. Uploaded on YouTube a couple of years ago by a man who claimed he had finally recorded a ghost in the cemetery, this clip shows us a weird shadow moving around behind a tombstone. For seconds straight, the shadow keeps moving around. However, the question here is, why exactly was the man there with a camera and a flashlight in the middle of a cemetery so late at night? And why did the ghost not come out of its hiding place and scare the man away? Was it even a real ghost? Or was it just a prank to fool everyone on the internet? This clip was recorded by a man who was running around in the woods when he started hearing weird sounds. According to him, it sounded like a human, so he decided to go and check who it was or if it was someone in need of help. In search of the origin of the voice, he got closer to a well that had been abandoned for hundreds of years and was famous for being haunted. As he got closer, his camera and his eyes both saw a creature in the depths of the well, looking straight at him. The creature of the well had a darkish appearance, with eyes that were glowing with blue light. The sight was so scary, it made the man run for his life, not even thinking twice about the voice he had heard before. Was it the creature that was making these sounds to lure the human nearby? Or was it someone who had fallen into the creature's trap before? I guess as the man ran away and never went back, we might never know. While the family was busy having dinner, the man noticed something weird happening on the camera screen they had in their house. He spotted something unusual on the street and went closer to have a better look. However, still not understanding what it was, the man even shared the video recording on YouTube and also to the mainstream media. The clip showed a weird smoky figure gliding on the street. According to the family, it was a ghost, but many people on YouTube had other opinions. However, even if we consider it as a faulty camera, we can still see the speed with which the figure was floating. It looks a bit too eerie even for a camera glitch. Camping in the woods can sound all fun, but it's only fun if nature and wildlife let you be there in peace, which of course was not the case for these campers. After a hectic day of trailing and having fun, the man was just trying to rest a bit in his camp, but he forgot to keep his legs inside too, and that's when a huge bear appeared on the scene. Intrigued by the smell of food and the presence of humans, the bear decided to investigate the area starting from the legs that were sticking out of a camp. After sniffing the feet for a few seconds, the bear bit one of them, straddling the man, which in turn startled the bear and it ran away. Thankfully, the bear had no ill intentions, and the camper turned out completely safe. However, this might not always be the case, as what we need to remember is that these are the apex predators. Encountering hitchhikers in the middle of the night and on a completely empty road can already be a scary experience. But what if these hitchhikers start turning up in the weirdest shapes hiding along the road, as if they will pounce upon anyone who tries to stop and look? The same thing happened to these men who were driving out at night when they encountered huge creatures crouching on the ground. The creature looked really slim and tall with a human-like posture, but had completely whitish skin with no features like eyes or mouth visible properly. Spotted 2 times on the same road, gave the men an experience they might never forget their whole life. Could this be the famous rake waiting to pounce on unsuspecting victims? This clip, filmed in 2023, might make you think twice about leaving your pantry door open. A frustrated homeowner, tired of finding his pantry perpetually ajar, decided to catch the culprit on camera. What he filmed was unsettling, but not exactly what he expected. The pantry door creaks open on its own, nothing inside. Then, a wild twist, a faint, wispy figure peering down. From my perspective, it looks like the face of a woman with long dark hair, looking as if calling for help. Could it be the ghost of someone who lost their life in a violent event in that house? It isn't always just wild animals or ghosts that pose threats to us humans, sending shivers down our spines. Sometimes nature comes at us in different ways. Take this clip for instance. These men were having a great time together packing up camp at Spantic Base Camp in Pakistan on July 28, 2018, when disaster almost hit. As they finished packing away the final tents, a boulder hurtled towards the group. The boulder bounced and clipped the top of a tent before glancing at a porter, leaving only a few cuts and bruises. If he had not moved on the right moment, his head would have been easily blown off. The man who uploaded this video works at a hotel at night, and according to him, he had seen weird things happen in the hotel, and that is why he tries staying out of it at night. However, no one believed him until he got this video on his camera and showed it to others. At first, everything seems normal with him wandering around in the place, but then he places the camera at a spot and leaves. And as soon as he does, we see chairs falling off and being displaced all over the place. Seconds after that, the man comes back and puts everything in place. But as soon as he leaves again, the same thing happens again. According to him, there were no strings attached, and that was no prank. It was nothing but a glimpse into his everyday life at work. The man in this clip was coming back to his office from the cafeteria, but as he reached the running point of the lobby, he was horribly pushed back by an unknown entity. Even when he tried holding the wall, he was lifted up, then slammed back onto the ground. The man hardly made it out alive, as whatever the entity was, it was all into dragging him with it. Was this a well-coordinated stunt, or was it an angry ghost coming to get their revenge? What do you think? Uploaded on YouTube a couple of years ago, this video claimed to have recorded a ghost. As the man leaves the camera recording in the basement and goes upstairs, we can sense something weird that is going on in the room. Moments after, the door slightly moves and then a weird face appears from inside the other room. It looked like the face of a man, but that was all. No hands or body or anything else was there. Just a floating face looking straight towards the camera before disappearing back into the darkness. According to the man, he had sensed an unusual presence in his home before too, and that is why he left the camera there. I would certainly move out of the house the second I saw this video. This video went viral in 2020, one when a security camera recorded a man and woman busy in their usual routine getting into the car when a bobcat attacked the woman. The husband rushed in to help his wife, and in the process got hold of the cat. After getting it away from his wife, he tossed the cat into the yard, which startlingly, the bobcat made it make a run for its life, leaving the family alone. Navigating a desolate forest trail can sometimes prove to be a challenging choice, as unexpected obstacles may stop your path. But I bet such an obstacle you are about to see wouldn't be easily overcome by anyone. Shared by a group of friends hiking in the Canadian forests, their trail driving experience encountered a significant roadblock in the form of a large black bear. The bear, appearing somewhat reluctant, decided to take a seat right in front of their car, creating an unexpected standoff. Curiously, the bear approached the side window of the car door, peering inside to investigate the passengers before the video concluded. The encounter was both fascinating and a bit concerning, as encounters with wild animals, especially ones as unpredictable as bears, can be risky. Even a minor mishap might trigger their aggression. My speculation is that the bear might have been motivated by hunger, searching for potential food within the car. The video comes from Iceland, introducing us to the lesser-known but intriguing creature known as the Iceland worm monster. The footage unveils a river landscape, but it's not your typical river scene captured by a wildlife photographer. Instead, it reveals something strange and substantial swimming in the water. From a distance, the strange creature resembles a massive snake, reminiscent of anacondas, navigating the water with surprising agility. Towards the end of the clip, the cameraman manages to capture an up-close view of the creature. The close-up shot showcases an enormous head, remarkable for its sheer width. suggesting it could potentially devour a fully grown man. What sets this creature apart is not only its size and swift movement, but also the weird skin texture observed on its giant snake-like body. This distinct feature raises questions about its classification, differentiating it from known species of snake. Imagine waking up in your country home, stepping outside your room, only to be greeted by the astonishing sight of a lion attempting to claw its way through the next door room. The footage reveals a giant lion, seemingly appearing out of nowhere, strolling casually through the hallway. To our surprise, it begins charging at a room door, using its paws to scratch at it. Strangely, the scratching doesn't appear overly aggressive. The lion seems rather nonchalant. After a while, her family camping in the woods. Soon enough, she decided to wander there, leaving her family behind and venturing deep into the woods to explore. At first, it was normal with nothing but gigantic trees and bushes everywhere. But it did not take her long to spot something in a far distance that looked like a huge animal hiding. She got scared. However, she kept recording whatever she was seeing. Although very blurry, we can clearly see it resembles the perfect description of Bigfoot. But what is amazing from other videos capturing Bigfoot is that we can actually see the feet. The creature, upon moving its leg, reveals what looks like to be a white foot, which is quite interesting if we consider it to be a Bigfoot. As the video was uploaded on YouTube, everyone had mixed reactions. To some, it was a real Bigfoot, and for others, it was someone with a suit on. I will leave it up to you to decide which is the case. Wilderness holds a lot more secrets than we can ever imagine, and this clip is a total testament to that. This man went into the woods to get some fresh air and calm his mind, but he did not expect to leave with memories that will haunt him for life. For the first few minutes, nothing is out of ordinary, just the guy filming the river and looking around. But then he soon started hearing rustling sounds, as if a huge animal was walking somewhere not too far from him. I have to applaud them for their composure to stay so still while a bear is climbing up to your spot. Fortunately, all the bear wanted was to leave them off with a warning. Soon, the bear was on its forepaws on the ground, looking up at the humans and telling them how easily it can get to them whenever he wants. This happened in India a couple of years ago, when late at night a security camera recorded something very strange. At first, it was just one or two vehicles on the road, and everything seemed normal. But soon, two men appear on the road coming from the same side. The man in the front looks like he was being very careful of the one behind him. Soon enough, the suspicions become reality when the man starts pushing the other one on the ground, and then tries to rob him of his belongings. And that's when things took a scary turn. From the looks of it, I think some kind of shadow is coming out of the victim, as if trying to protect him. In a second, the shadow is back into the man from where it emerged. I know it might seem hard to look at it, but have a look at the night vision images. We can clearly spot the third figure emerging from the victim, right? What exactly happened there? The identity of both the men remained unknown, which led to no proper explanation. There is a chance that it could be fake and edited. What do you think? Nature is ruthless, and the evidence for that is just everywhere. Tornadoes, hurricanes, earthquakes. These are all scary, especially when people are not prepared for them. Most of the time, animals get caught in such destruction, and this clip shows exactly that. As the storm hits the house, the dog who was wandering in the front yard gets almost taken away by the strong wind. Though luck was on the dog's side that day, maybe it had an additional meal and that kept him from getting taken away. And as for humans, they need to protect their pets just as they'd protect themselves. A group of people were standing on a bridge recording videos, perhaps discussing the local fauna, when something weird happened.
I don't understand why. I don't think anybody What was that?
Hey guys, everybody stay in.
A scary loud sound was heard from the back. Surprised, they moved the cameras towards the spot where the noise came from. Still trying to find what was happening, they kept recording, and after a second, 2 snaps were heard.
No, like we last heard like something fighting in the bushes over there.
I heard something.
What is it?
Oh my god. What the hell is it?
As if someone was breaking the branches of the trees, and it took them a second to see the culprit behind all this.
Oh my god. What the hell is that?
Oh, what the hell? Oh, what the hell is that? What is that?
What is that?
Oh my god. Oh my god, oh my god.
What is that?
Guys, that's a
Bigfoot.
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 It's furry, it's furry. It's got fur on it.
A gigantic creature was spotted running between the trees, as if trying not to be seen by the humans. The creature had a furry body and was leaping like a human. The appearance only directed at one thing. Seconds later, she heard something that would haunt her.
Oh my god, no, fuck that.
The scream was not of an animal. Instead, it sounded like a ghostly moan. That prompted her to immediately leave. I have to say that this kind of behavior is exactly the one that keeps you alive in dangerous situations. Just get the hell out of there once you realize there might be danger. There are some people who will go dangerously near to the wildlife and will even come back unharmed. Take this clip for instance. This man brought some sushi with him when he was coming for a walk in the woods. Soon we see the purpose behind him doing this, as a massive bear comes towards the man as soon as he calls out to it.
Том, иди ко мне, Том! Иди ко мне, мальчик. Молодец, пойдем, пойдем.
The bear, which looked like a full-grown grizzly, acted like a flawlessly tamed dog with the man, as he first tells it to sit down before feeding it the sushi with his hands. The man even laid in the bear's lap after feeding it. As cute as this might look, don't mistake this as a pet. These creatures will eat you alive if bothered by your presence. Nature sometimes shocks humans with the most unexpected things happening in front of them. Take this clip for instance. These guys were recording a little shark swimming around peacefully in the shallow and clear water. It was an adorable scene with nothing so dangerous in sight, but then in a matter of seconds this changed. The scene went from adorable to total chaos in a matter of seconds. And that is exactly how terrifyingly unpredictable nature is most of the time. And just as you thought the scary part only lies within the animal kingdom, I have brought to you this ultimate footage of a tornado recorded up close by a car's dash cam. It lasts for only a few seconds, but those seconds are enough for the tornado to completely destroy everything it comes in contact with. Just look at its size compared to the road. It looks terrifying. I for sure would not stand around it just to record. I'd be driving the way back. This video was recorded by a guy who was driving around at night when something weird came in front of his car and he had to stop. Coming out of the car while recording it all, the guy saw it was not a human or any animal either. It was a very creepy brownish figure with 2 glowing eyes that kept staring straight at him and crawling on the ground in a creepy way. He was recording it all, not believing his eyes, when suddenly the lights of the car turned off. In a second, the guy sensed something very close to him, and before he could react or run, the figure had already approached him. Unfortunately, the video ended right there, leaving us all to wonder what exactly might have happened there. Was it fake or just a bizarre video? They say "ticed" and knocked it while doing so. This was the last frame the motion detection camera caught. Still, if you ask me, there is a chance that the picture might be edited and perhaps fake. Imagine going to the woods with your friends, and minutes after you set up your camp and everything, you see this. A weird creature standing nearby, hiding behind the trees, staring directly at you. Anyone would be freaked out, and so were these people, but fortunately, before getting back, they made sure to capture it on the camera. When the clip was uploaded on YouTube, it had many viewers saying that it looked exactly like the infamous Dogman, due to the fact that the creature in the clip was standing far from the people, and therefore, the clip wasn't clear enough to determine if it was a Dogman or something else. No one could back their theory up with anything, but I would say that it could easily be someone with a costume on trying to prank the people coming to the spot for camping. Captured by a trail camera recently, this picture sparked a massive argument on the internet, featuring two figures, one moving forward and one in the back. It had people saying every kind of thing. The person on the left looks like they are a decently equipped hiker. The person behind them looks very much like a Native American whose legs are either missing or were moving when the picture snapped. We can argue about this all day, but in the end, no one can prove one way or another that this is the ghost of a Native American or a person in light-colored clothing moving fast to keep up with their friend. If this is the latter, the lack of hiking gear can be explained if they have a light-colored backpack in their right hand, which we'd never see, or they are making their friend do the hard work. Recorded in October 1994, this clip might be too old for some, but that does not mean the creature it had captured was any less terrifying. If we consider the fact that it was recorded back then, which means there is a lesser chance that it was edited or altered in any other way. The clip showed a giant figure walking alone in the middle of the mountains. The person recording it or the camera recording it must be at a significant distance, as we can't clearly see what the figure looked like, except for its dark skin, huge height, and human-like walk. Where exactly was the figure going? Or what exactly was it? These are some of the questions that everyone had in mind when they first saw the clip, but there was no one to answer. Even the experts found themselves perplexed over this one. For me, and truth be told, this looks like it was very real, but it could be just a human walking around as well. Ever heard of the Michigan monster legend, the Dogman? Well, if you haven't, this video is about to give you a glimpse of what it's like to have one in your area. The footage shows a street, and the guy eagerly zooms in on something in the distance. You can clearly see there's this dog-like creature jumping around in a really strange way. As the creature leaps, you can see its legs and arms, which look like a mix between a human and a dog. According to the guy recording, this creature appeared to be on the hunt in the neighborhood, making all kinds of scary sounds.
What is that?
I used to think that dogmen were just myths, but after watching this video, I've got to admit, it's adding another thing to my to fear list. The video originates from an explore process looks like, adding an additional layer of fascination to this extraordinary wildlife encounter. A hiker was exploring the deep woods of Lucas, Canada, when he stumbled upon a truly strange and captivating sight. Deep within the forest, he spotted something big and dark in the distance, prompting him to start recording. At first glance, the creature in the video seemed like a large bear, but upon closer inspection, it became clear that it wasn't a bear at all. It was something entirely different. This mysterious creature boasted a thick coat of dark brown fur, giving it a massive and humanoid appearance. Its demeanor appeared rugged, and it seemed aware of the camera's presence. After a while, it nonchalantly walked away, Considering all these characteristics, it's reasonable to think that this creature resembles what many of us refer to as Bigfoot. Bigfoots are known to avoid being recorded or observed by people, choosing to reside in densely wooded areas. Moreover, to me, the video doesn't seem to be a hoax, as the creature's movements and appearance appeared far too natural to be fake. Do you believe in aliens? Well, if you're not sure, this video might just make you reconsider. It's from a farmer who stumbled upon something intriguing in his farm soil. At first, the creature he discovered seems like a regular worm, but then it does something really surprising. It shoots out a white root-like thing from its front, resembling something you'd see in an alien movie. This root attaches itself to the farmer's hand, and after a few seconds, the creature sucks the white substance back in. To me, it looks like this white substance might be the insides of the worm, and it's as if the worm threw its insides out on the farmer's hand, and then sucked it all back in. It's a truly bizarre sight, and I have no idea if this creature is from our world. If you know anything about it, feel free to share in the comments. Encountering something unknown or strange can be unsettling, but being stalked by it takes fear to a whole new level. In this video from a hiker, we get a glimpse of distant bushes with something lurking within. This mysterious creature keeps peeking its head out, observing and following the cameraman's every move. From its appearance, the creature seems quite humanoid, with an all-white body. When it peeks, we notice it has no hair and lacks typical human features, except for its nose, ears, and eyes. The creature also appears tall, easily peering over the tall bushes. It's genuinely frightening to witness something unknown, especially when you can't identify it at first. Towards the end of the video, the creature reveals itself to the hiker, causing the hiker to startle and quickly bolt away from the scene. This video is from a popular hiker and explorer, showcasing his journey into a forest. While he records himself, there's something large and black trailing behind him in the background. Surprisingly, the hiker seems oblivious to the potential threat and continues to explore casually. After taking a few more steps, the black figure appears again, this time much closer. Up close, it becomes apparent that this creature resembles what people commonly refer to as Bigfoot. Although it's not as large, it's shorter, with a wide body, covered in thick black fur, resembling a peculiar gorilla or ape. One frustrating aspect of the video is that it ends suddenly when the creature is close to the hiker, leaving us in suspense about what happened next. Exploring abandoned houses can lead to some unforgettable experiences, and that's exactly what unfolds in this video. The camera captures a massive house with a creepy, old haunted atmosphere. As the cameraman explores, something catches his attention passing by a second-floor window, sending a shiver down his spine.
Yo, what the f is that? What the f is that?
Moments later, the mysterious figure reappears. Upon slowing down the footage, it becomes apparent that this creature is remarkably tall, only revealing its body covered in what appears to be black fur. Some viewers speculate that it might be a Bigfoot inhabiting the abandoned house, but I doubt it, considering Bigfoots typically prefer secluded, dense woods to hide rather than dwelling in houses. Regardless of what it was, my advice to the explorer is to leave the house undisturbed. After all, it seems someone or something else has already claimed it. Many believe that dogs can perceive things beyond human senses, and this video serves as evidence of that notion. The footage captures a group of dogs barking fervently into the darkness, clearly alarmed by something lurking in the distance. The cameraman then directs our attention to where the dogs are focused, revealing the head of a tall figure standing behind the stairs. This enigmatic figure remains still for a moment, and its towering presence becomes evident. After a while, the figure emerges from behind the stairs, revealing a humanoid, ghost-like creature with a hunched back. Due to the darkness, the details of its appearance remain unclear, but the overall impression is undeniably terrifying. The dog's agitation and fear now seem entirely justified in the face of this eerie presence. This video originates from India and captures a startling moment of a real ghost sighting, as recorded by a biker. The footage showcases a mountain road with a breathtaking landscape below. As the bike moves forward, the camera captures a figure standing on the roadside, a ghostly apparition of a girl in a white dress with long hair obscuring her entire face. This ghostly presence remains still, seemingly waiting for someone passing by to stop. Perhaps hunting a porcupine is like giving yourself a painful jab with a hammer. This video takes us on a journey through a forest safari, where a couple captured an intense encounter. Initially, 2 porcupines flee from their nest in fear, and soon, a jaguar emerges from the same nest. Facing the jaguar outside, the porcupines don't back down. They retaliate and charge at the jaguar. In the ensuing struggle, the jaguar attacks, but the porcupine's spiky defenses prove effective, leaving the jaguar startled. Realizing the jaguar is injured, the porcupine seizes the opportunity and makes a run for it. However, the jaguar, driven by hunger, continues the chase, leaving us on the edge of our seats as the video concludes. It's truly fascinating to witness nature's design with built-in protection for porcupines, making them a formidable challenge. Natural disasters can be incredibly frightening, especially when it comes to avalanches, which can escalate rapidly. This video comes from a traveler exploring the Canadian mountains. As he enjoyed the breathtaking views, he noticed an avalanche forming on a distant mountain. Deciding to capture this spectacle for a memorable social media post, he began recording. Despite thinking he was at a safe distance, the avalanche, fast and massive, approached much quicker than anticipated. The man recording believed he was out of harm's way, but the avalanche covered tens of kilometers in mere seconds, catching up to him. As he realized the imminent danger, it was already too late, and he found himself engulfed in the avalanche.
Oh dear God.
Fortunately, he emerged unharmed, providing us with this remarkable video gem. This video originates from a village church where locals reported hearing strange noises at night. Concerned, they called in a paranormal investigator who set up cameras and motion detectors inside the church for the night. Upon reviewing the footage in the morning, they were startled by what they discovered. As the video begins, a hunched figure swiftly moves in the distance, accompanied by a loud and chilling growl that echoes throughout the church. The ghostly presence is unmistakable, and after it passes, its shadow lingers for a moment before disappearing from sight. The revelation from this footage sheds light on the source of the eerie noises and screams heard in the church. Given the unsettling nature of the discovery, it might be time for the villagers to seek the assistance of a pastor or a higher authority, leaving us in awe yet questioning the source of these enigmatic lights. While a plausible explanation could be a fire, with the surrounding fog creating the illusion, the true nature of these lights remains unknown. What are your thoughts? Have you ever seen Gollum from the Hobbit movie? There's a TikTok video claiming to have spotted a real-life Gollum in the forest. The footage shows a wooded area, and in the distance, there's a humanoid figure moving around. This creature resembles a blend of a monkey and a human, specifically like Gollum from the movie. The hiker recording the video managed to capture the creature again, but this time it was up in the trees, Just like the golem in the movies, this creature effortlessly leaped from one tree to another. Could it be that this real-life golem is searching for the ring in the forest? Imagine you're out for a walk, and you get this feeling that someone or something might be following you. You might brush it off as just a passing thought. But what if it's not? There's a video that comes from a home security camera showing a backyard fence that seems a bit beaten up. However, the real focus is on the face peeking through the gaps in that worn-out fence. This face is really strange and eerie. It's like a mix of human and ape, covered in a thick layer of black fur. It's just staring right into the backyard of the house. Some might say it looks like Bigfoot, but we can't be sure since only the face is visible. After a while, this mysterious creature just walks away. I know some say it is Bigfoot, but from all the videos I have seen, this one looks way different. The face looks skeletal counter, and one can only imagine the potential danger if this creature had managed to capture one of them. Bigfoots have remained a mystery since forever. Again and again, people spotted them in the darkest and deepest places. But there are times when Bigfoots are spotted roaming around in the wild in broad daylight as well. For instance, take this video recorded in 2006 by a man named Harley Hoffman, where a Bigfoot was spotted on cameras as he was recording the area. It was huge and had its whole body covered with black hair. The creature, or the Bigfoot, was going somewhere in quite a hurried manner, and the man had to be safe while getting a proper glimpse of it on camera as well. So even though a small chunk, it shows the creature in the most vivid manner. If we talk about the authenticity of the clip, for me, the way the creature was moving and its appearance give the video a genuine look. What do you think? Night has always held secrets beyond our imaginations. For the curious who wander in the deepest regions just to uncover secrets, sometimes things get way scarier than they had ever imagined. For instance, these guys were out at night for a late drive, enjoying the narrow road between the thick bushes and high trees. However, as they moved forward on the path, they saw a creepy figure that sent shivers down their spine. It looked like a person covered in a brown robe, standing on a corner. It did not move at all as the car passed by it. However, the men in the car were surely shaken by this. Also, if we zoom in, I think I can make up a cross around the figure's neck, which makes now the whole individual to appear as a monk. Looked like a pretty scary experience, even if it was a prank or something. A woman was busy recording a detailed video of her neighborhood, trying to capture the church right across her street. What she was trying to capture was a figure which, according to her, roamed around their area. As soon as she moved the camera towards the towering trees, she happened to see the exact figure she was talking about. According to her, the figure appears at the exact same spot every couple of days. But as soon as they try to get closer to it, they see nothing, like it vanishes into the wood. The figure, to me, looked like a man wandering aimlessly, like he is lost. Considering the lady mentions the figure disappears as soon as you get close to it, I would consider it to be a lost soul. What do you think? Just like wandering alone in the woods, camping in the woods can be terrifying as well. Even when you are not in the camp, someone else might be. Take these campers, for instance. As they returned to their camp late at night, they saw that an uninvited guest was already wandering around. It was a lioness who, as soon as she spotted humans approaching, left the camp along with a pillow that she liked. As the humans decided to stay in their car for safety purposes, because the lions were still nearby, it returned after a while, going back into the camp, and this time trying to steal the whole blanket. But the honk from the car startled it, forcing it to run away from the camp. The humans, on the other hand, seemed to be enjoying it all. As they returned the next day, They saw the scattered belongings here and there which the lions had munched on and left after getting bored of the toys. I have to say that these guys were pretty lucky. If they had arrived a few hours earlier from their trip and decided to go to rest, then the story would have been a lot more scary. Wandering around in an abandoned building, this man came across something that terrified him to the core. As he moved up the stairs, he sensed something was wrong, and as he focused on the window in front of him, he knew where it was coming from. A figure started appearing on the window gradually, and after a moment, it started getting clearer and clearer, and developed into a proper girl with her hair on her face and a white dress on. After the man got a proper hold of what he was seeing, he thought it was better to run for his life than explore the abandoned and now haunted building anymore. Was it a real ghost encounter, a cleverly edited video, or something else entirely? The answer remains open to your interpretation, inviting you all to draw your own conclusions. Titanoboas have long been extinct. However, time after time, videos come up on the internet where we see snakes so large that we are forced to rethink their extinction. And to prove we have this clip, we have a gigantic snake slithering around in the water in the Amazon River. Even the fisherman was surprised at what it was looking at. Was it just another anaconda? Or was the size too big for an anaconda and it could be the infamous long extinct Titanoboa? With the video so short and just a little glimpse of the snake, nothing could be said for sure. I know for a fact that there are very big snakes around that area, but that one looked way too huge. Sometimes at the end of the lobby. Considering it could be a human, the guard moved forwards to help him if it was needed, not knowing with every step he was getting closer and closer to a potentially dangerous situation. As he moved forward, suddenly a loud bang was heard.
Niño. ¿Qué pedo? Niño. Manche. Oh man.
And he started running away, now realizing that it was not a normal human being, but a ghost of a child that was standing there, ready to make him its new victim. The guard made it out alive safely, and luckily he had it all recorded. From what I have seen online, the video could also be edited. However, we cannot ignore the genuine terror the guard had in its voice as well. In the middle of the night, as these men were walking by the road, they heard some creepy noises coming quite near them. Intrigued, they stopped to see what exactly was there causing these noises and what it wanted. As they stopped, took their cameras out, and started recording the whole situation, it did not take them long to see the pair of glowing eyes staring at them from the depths of darkness. At first, it was just one eye, which was giving the idea of someone with a flashlight on, not just one or two, but a whole group of ghosts wandering in the woods. One by one, they appear on the screen, making it more and more terrifying as the video continues. The video was uploaded anonymously, so I can't tell anything about its origin. What do you think about it? Recorded a couple of years ago, this video went viral on the internet and had everyone confused when they saw it. The video shows an alien-like creature lying on the ground. The man with the camera kept recording the figure on the ground. At first, it appeared motionless, but after a while, it started moving its hand. As this minute-long video was uploaded on YouTube, it left everyone in confusion. Unlike other videos, this one was recorded in broad daylight, but that does not make it any less scary or creepy. Recorded a couple of months ago, they thought it was better to just leave their home and move to somewhere else, hoping that would save them from any further encounters. Do you know the saying that kids can see things adults can't? Well, there's a video that might just prove it. In this video, A family was out in the woods on a trip, and their child spotted something in the distance. When the camera turned towards where the child was pointing, there was indeed a strange white figure among the trees. This figure wasn't moving and seemed to be quietly observing the family, and it gave off an eerie vibe. This mysterious creature looks a bit like a mummy because it's covered in what appears to be long strips of weight fabric, similar to how ancient mummies were wrapped. What do you think about this unusual creature? This video takes place in New Mexico, and it might make you a bit nervous about taking a nighttime drive on a country road. The footage was captured with a dash camera, showing the view of the road. As the vehicle continues on its way, something catches our attention on the roadside. At first, it seems like it might be just a white bag or something similar lying there. But as the vehicle gets closer, we can make out the head of this eerie creature. It's quite ghostly and appears to have a humanoid head hunched over on the side of the road. Its texture and color are white. What's really strange is that this creature doesn't seem to have any legs or a normal body. It's more like a lower snake-like part. Whatever it is, encountering something like this on a nighttime drive is definitely something most people would want to avoid. Have you ever had that eerie feeling that someone's watching you? Well, sometimes that feeling might be spot on. In this video, two friends were traveling from California to Arizona when they came across something really odd. While they were in a mountainous area, one of the friends noticed something lurking in the bushes on the mountain. They started recording, and in the footage, you can see a dark black creature in the distance, seemingly keeping an eye on them. This creature appears to have a humanoid head and resembles an ape or gorilla. However, it's puzzling because there were no nearby forests, and apes and gorillas typically live in forests. The friends claimed it might be a Bigfoot, but it's tough to say for sure due to the limited evidence. Trail cameras are pretty cool because they show us some amazing bits of nature we might not get to see in person. In this video, which was taken with a trail camera, we're looking at a snowy trail. However, there's something strange. As the video begins, a really tall stick-like figure starts moving in the distance. This figure is gigantic and has two long stick legs, and it doesn't seem to have a normal body. It's more like those stickman characters you might have seen. This stickman-like figure casually crosses the road, going about its day as if it's just a regular workday. It's a really strange sight, and I haven't even seen anything like this in movies. As this family went for a picnic out in the wild, they had no idea what they were about to witness. At first, they spotted just some branch piles, but after some time, they started sensing that someone was following them. As they took their cameras out and started recording, they succeeded in capturing a shadowy figure standing behind one of the trees. It was daytime with everything clear, but still, they couldn't make out what exactly the figure standing was, staring at them. Was it the infamous Bigfoot? Or was it some other mysterious deadly creature lurking in the depths of the woods? For the first few seconds, they did not think much of the creature, but then it started to come closer to them, freaking them out, and so they ended up running away. What was that thing? Recorded and uploaded in 2007 by a security camera mounted on a highway, this clip shows a mysterious creature crossing the road in the scariest manner. In the middle of the night, when hardly any traffic could be seen, the creature, which looked like a crouched humanoid figure, came from one side of the road and disappeared on the other after crossing. If we slow the video down and stabilize it a bit, we can see that the figure clearly had 4 limbs and a head, but it is the walk that makes it unlike any human. As the video hit the internet, it had everyone in shock. No one could tell what it was. To some, it was an alienoid creature, while to others, this was proof of the existence of the famous rake. Ask me, and I'd say I lean towards the idea that this is footage of the rake. What do you think? This reporter was busy giving the audience a live tour of a scary cemetery at night. She had no idea what was happening behind her. She could be seen being her usual self, while right behind her, some smoke appeared out of nowhere. And surprisingly, it was also shaped somehow like a human figure. The situation, the setting, and the time of the night all pointed in one direction. The smoke was nothing but a ghost, wandering in the cemetery, which was already famous for ghost sightings. The channel or the reporter did not say anything about it, but many of the people watching the live session instantly noticed it. However, no one was sure if it was really a ghost or something set up by the channel's crew to cause controversy and gain more views. Recorded a couple of months ago by a security camera mounted in front of a house. This clip shows a scary encounter that happened between a gigantic bear and a small kid. The kid on his scooter was playing in the street when a huge bear spotted him and instantly came closer. But the kid, perhaps frozen with fear, did not try to run.
Oh, God. What?
It's a terrifying sound, and he begins to fear that something aggressive might be nearby. Startled and frightened, the hiker hastily makes a run for it. As he flees, the camera captures the sound of branches snapping under the weight of something moving through the woods. The hiker eventually stops running, but just as he does, that eerie growling noise returns, and he resumes his frantic sprint.
Okay, all right. Okay, I'm not like this. Oh, shit, I can't.
Sadly, during his panicked escape, he trips and falls to the ground. As he gasps for breath, the camera points upwards towards the trees. Then, ominous rumbling footsteps can be heard approaching. The video goes dark, and as it does, we're left with the unsettling sound of something breaking. Whether the breaking sound was of branches or something even more chilling, like the hiker's bones, remains a haunting mystery. Recorded by two men who were driving home when they spotted a man standing on the side of the road, more near the trees and bushes than the road. Thinking he might be in need of some help, they stopped the car and shouted at him to get his attention.
Buddy! How you doing? Oh! Just some cruisers, man. That's crazy shit. This guy's crawling at me like it's goddamn... What's up, dude?
The man who already had all his attention towards these guys started moving towards them, but that's when the scary stuff happened. The man wasn't moving in a normal way. He was crawling in a creepy manner and had a weird look on his face as well. It looked like a zombie or something, which of course scared the men so much they thought it better to just start their car and move as fast as they could out of the place, leaving the creepy man behind. As the video was uploaded, many people claimed that it could be the infamous skinwalker, who was approaching the men with ill intentions, of course. And truth be told, I myself think this clip and the creepy guy are both very real and very terrifying. My advice to everyone is to exercise caution when embarking on a forest adventure or safari, especially in interactions with wild animals, as you never know what they are capable of. The following video captures a scene from a forest safari where a wolf is seen sitting near a burrow, appearing somewhat sad. The cameraman decides to insert the camera into the burrow, revealing 2 more wolves inside. However, the intrusion seems to agitate and provoke the wolves, leading them to display signs of annoyance and aggression. The wolf in particular begins growling at the camera, baring its teeth in a defensive stance. While the cameraman may have captured the desired footage, the incident left the wolves visibly frightened. These creatures were simply resting in their burrow when their peace was disrupted by the intrusive actions of the cameraman. Are you among those who question the existence of extraterrestrial life, or do you find yourself intrigued by the possibility? The following video, captured in Russia in 2022, might just sway even the most skeptical minds. The footage documents a citywide alarm triggered by the presence of an unidentified flying object in the sky. Initially resembling a plane, a closer inspection reveals it differs significantly from any known aircraft. The object has a bullet-like shape and moves at a remarkably high speed. Strange and eerie sighting of a creature that seems to defy our understanding of the known. This video, shared on Reddit by an explorer, documents a nighttime adventure exploring an abandoned residential building. From the beginning, the inside exudes an eerie and unsettling atmosphere. The building, seemingly in a state of construction abandonment, takes on an eerie appearance. As the explorer progresses down a hallway, they are confronted with a startling sight. A hunched figure at the end of the corridor. The figure, resembling a creepy human engaged in some mysterious activity, remains motionless. The explorer zooms in, revealing that this figure is a shirtless individual seated in the corner.
Yo. You need some help, bro? Yo.
Attempts to communicate with the figure go unanswered, prompting the explorer to cautiously leave the building. While it could be a homeless person under the influence of drugs, the possibility of a more disturbing scenario cannot be entirely dismissed. Crocodiles, in my opinion, are among the most ferocious predators on Earth because of their ability to hunt both on land and in water. However, have you ever witnessed the brutality of their attacks? In this video from a crocodile zoo, the keeper is seen feeding a piece of meat to the crocs. Unexpectedly, one crocodile goes beyond merely grabbing the meat and bites another crocodile's leg. The aggressor croc then forcefully rolls, tearing off the leg completely and consuming it. The onlookers are visibly disturbed and shocked by the violent encounter. Notably, I observed that the injured leg is not bleeding at all, and I did some digging. Apparently, crocodiles can stop blood flow to the leg immediately, thus not bleeding out and dying, which I find amazing, to be honest. At the same time, as interesting or scary as the video is, it evokes empathy for the poor crocodile that lost its leg in front of the audience. It also provides a stark reminder of the raw and unforgiving nature of these powerful reptiles. Have you ever witnessed a predator becoming the prey itself? This intriguing video captures an eagle gripping a snake in its claws, suggesting that the snake had become the eagle's prey. However, a surprising turn of events unfolds. As the eagle takes a bite at the snake's head, the annoyed snake retaliates. Using its tail, the snake wraps it around the eagle's neck. Struggling to free itself, the eagle finds itself entangled in the snake's grip, overpowering the eagle. It skillfully restrains the eagle's wings and claws, rendering it helpless. In a dramatic reversal, the once predatory eagle becomes the captive prey in the snake's grasp. Apparently, From what I found online, this usually happens only for younger predators, being unexperienced to hunting snakes. So this might be one of the first lessons this young bird gets. This moment vividly exemplifies the swift and unpredictable dynamics of nature, where roles can suddenly reverse, showcasing the captivating beauty of the natural world. This video, originating from Facebook, was captured by a group of friends who share a passion for exploring caves. The footage unfolds with a warthog casually strolls along a pathway. The cameraman, perhaps thinking this is a scene from a Disney movie with the warthog resembling Pumbaa from The Lion King, calls out to it. Initially, the warthog calmly approaches the cameraman. But to his surprise, the situation takes a turn when the warthog attacks, causing the cameraman to fall to the ground along with the camera.
Hi, boy.
Can we touch him? No, don't.
Help me! Help! Help!
In a state of distress, he calls for help, and the fear in his voice is evident as he feels helpless. This video serves as a reminder to teach children and others not to approach wild animals, even if they appear cute like a Disney character. Seriously injured in the attack, the family's quick decision to move away reflects a wise choice in the face of potential danger. This video, originating from South America, captures a truly unusual encounter. The footage focuses on a bush violently shaking, suggesting the presence of a creature causing the disturbance. The onlookers, visibly frightened, react by shouting at the hidden creature. Suddenly, the creature emerges from behind the bush, swiftly moving into another thicket. The strange appearance of the creature intensifies the fear among the onlookers, prompting them to start running. One person even stumbles in their haste to retreat. This enigmatic creature resembles a strange, elongated dog, with long fur covering its body. Its strange gait adds to the unsettling nature of the encounter. Although the exact identity of this creature remains unknown, its presence is undeniably terrifying, leaving those who witnessed it in a state of shock and fear. This video seems like it's straight out of a nightmare, and I must caution you that it can be genuinely frightening. If you're sensitive to scary content, it might be best to skip. The footage, recorded by a group of hikers at night, reveals a dark and eerie view of the woods with low light. The hiker holding the camera sounds genuinely happen to have a warehouse. It's a good idea to visit it regularly, maybe once or twice a month, because you never know what could be lurking inside. In a video, the owner of a warehouse decides to check on it after receiving complaints from neighbors about loud banging noises at night. Accompanied by a friend, they are met with a terrifying and loud growl as they enter. The unsettling sound sends shivers down their spines, prompting them to pan the camera in search of the source. Suddenly, the mysterious creature behind the growl reveals itself. A creepy cryptid head. Faced with this eerie sight, both the owner and his friend hastily make their escape to ensure their safety. This hair-raising encounter emphasizes the importance of security measures. It might be high time for the owner to consider installing security cameras and lights in the warehouse to monitor and deter any potential intruders or mysterious creatures. Imagine being a hiker and the worst scenario unfolds, getting lost in a Canadian forest as night falls. In this video, a hiker experiences just that, As he loses his way, he begins to hear strange noises emanating from the surrounding woods. Attempting to find an exit, he ventures through the darkness, growing genuinely scared.
I don't know where the chased me off.
After navigating for a while, the hiker comes across a tall humanoid figure. Look. To his surprise, when he shines the light on the second-floor window, a head pops out from behind the curtains and quickly disappears.
Yeah. Is that?
Rather than being scared, the man seems unfazed and decides to walk towards the building to explore it further. Watching this video, it leaves me puzzled about the man's mindset. Is he brave, or perhaps a bit reckless, walking straight into a building where he witnessed a spooky head peeking out from the windows? Numerous internet videos showcase sightings of Bigfoot, typically depicting a tall humanoid figure covered in black fur. But have you ever come across a sighting of a white Bigfoot? This particular video shows an individual venturing into a forest at night, for unknown reasons. While exploring with a flashlight, they unexpectedly encounter a creature resembling a white Bigfoot. Upon the illumination of the flashlight, the creature, resembling a white Bigfoot, swiftly runs away, disappearing into the depths of the forest. The facial features of this white Bigfoot closely resemble those of the traditional Bigfoot sightings. However, the authenticity of the video is uncertain, as the sighting is brief and the entire body of the creature isn't visible, making it challenging to determine if it's genuine or potentially a staged encounter. What are your thoughts on this intriguing video? This video captures a group of friends on a boat trip, deciding to take a dip in the water for some fun. Two buddies dive in, enjoying a leisurely swim. Suddenly, one friend spots a shark in the water and alerts the others.
Get in the boat, get in the boat. Look, he's right there. He's right there. What the is that? Get in the boat, get in the boat, get in the boat, get in the boat. Get the shark right there. No I'm not kidding.
Swiftly, the friends swim back to the safety of the boat. After the close encounter, everyone laughs about the situation, but the shark lingers in the water. It's a moment of relief, realizing that the quick response of the friends prevented the trip from taking a dangerous turn. The incident highlights the importance of being aware of your surroundings and the vastness of the ocean. This video comes from a construction worker who was documenting the progress of a building. While recording the interior, he notices something unusual lurking behind a cement bag. Startled, the worker quickly flees, and the video abruptly ends. By slowing down the footage and freezing the frame at the moment of the sighting, a strange creature comes into focus, resembling an alien owl. This extraterrestrial owl possesses an alien-like nose and head shape. The creature's eerie gaze, America, reveals something deeply unsettling in the dead of night. The footage portrays a street view, and in the distance, a figure resembling a person is spotted, hunched over and on all fours. This contorted human-like cryptid remains eerily motionless. The person behind the camera reacts with genuine fear and distress, their voice trembling as they express their emotions.
Pero qué, ay madre, no. Está muy encerrado.
The creature's terrifying appearance raises unsettling thoughts, imagining it potentially sprinting towards the person filming. While a logical explanation could be a person under the influence of alcohol or substances, engaging in unusual behavior, the way this figure is hunched over seems remarkably challenging for a human to replicate. The video leaves lingering questions about the nature of the mysterious presence, adding an extra layer of fear and uncertainty to the already unsettling scene. In this video, we see two boys casually filming themselves on the terrace of their house, enjoying a relaxed moment with their dog. The atmosphere is lighthearted as they engage in a playful game, tossing a ball for their dog to chase on the grass in their courtyard. However, the mood shifts when they notice something unusual in the forest bordering their property. Through the trees, they spot a tall, black, humanoid figure seemingly watching them. One of the boys, upon realizing the presence of this mysterious creature, alerts his friend and turns the camera towards the forest to capture it. The footage shows the creature moving behind the trees, its tall and humanoid form distinctly visible. This unexpected and somewhat ominous sighting casts a shadow over the previously carefree scene. The video ends leaving me with an unsettled feeling caused by the unknown nature of this creature that is being so close to a residential area. This video presents a series of images that are both intriguing and unsettling. It begins with a photograph of Annalise, a young girl who appears normal and pretty, her smile radiating innocence. However, the tone of the video shifts dramatically as it progresses. Following the initial photo are 6 additional pictures of Annalise, each allegedly depicting her under the possession of different demons. Accompanying each image are voice recordings, claimed to be Annalise's, but they sound drastically altered. Uploaded on YouTube in 2020, this video looks like something straight out of a horror movie. In just a couple of seconds, it gives us a glimpse into how scary the world could be if we could see the ghosts with naked eyes. It was recorded by a security camera set up in the Garden of Ninfa in Italy, a place otherwise known as one of sublime romantic beauty. It is basically the ruins of a medieval town near Rome, and for now, a great sight for tourists. However, this clip just gives us a glimpse of its most terrifying side, as we spot a ghost crawling on the ground. It appeared to have no legs and disappeared into the bushes just seconds after appearing on the camera. It could be a genuine ghostly encounter, given that Italy as a whole has such a fierce history. Could it be a soldier's ghost reliving its struggling last moments? Humans have always been curious in nature, and untouched places where no one has been for years always spark a pinch of curiosity in us. The same thing happened to this man who saw an abandoned cabin in the middle of the woods and decided to explore it, and that too in the dead of the night. As darkness covered everything, the man moved in the unexplored territory with just his flashlight and camera on, unknown to the danger that was about to come his way. As he moves forward and goes into the cabin, a creepy cryptid appears on the camera, stunned by the sudden appearance of the human who had disturbed its peace. At first, it looked like a cardboard piece or something, but the glowing eyes and the way it slightly turned after spotting the man makes it look legit. The creature was small, had black skin, and 2 piercingly glowing eyes, giving it a look of a devil in the making. This was enough to freak the man out as he runs for his life. What exactly was that thing? A demon, a ghost, or something else? Uploaded on YouTube a couple of years ago by a man who claimed he had finally recorded a ghost in the cemetery, this clip shows us a weird shadow moving around behind a tombstone. For seconds straight, the shadow keeps moving around. However, the question here is, why exactly was the man there with a camera and a flashlight in the middle of a cemetery so late at night? And why did the ghost not come out of its hiding place and scare the man away? Was it even a real ghost? Or was it just a prank to fool everyone on the internet? This clip was recorded by a man who was running around in the woods when he started hearing weird sounds. According to him, it sounded like a human, so he decided to go and check who it was or if it was someone in need of help. In search of the origin of the voice, he got closer to a well that had been abandoned for hundreds of years and was famous for being haunted. As he got closer, his camera and his eyes both saw a creature in the depths of the well, looking straight at him. The creature of the well had a darkish appearance, with eyes that were glowing with blue light. The sight was so scary, it made the man run for his life, not even thinking twice about the voice he had heard before. Was it the creature that was making these sounds to lure the human nearby? Or was it someone who had fallen into the creature's trap before? I guess as the man ran away and never went back, we might never know. While a family was busy having dinner, the man noticed something weird happening on the camera screen they had in their house. He spotted something unusual on the street and went closer to have a better look. However, still not understanding what it was, the man even shared the video recording on YouTube and also to the mainstream media. The clip showed a weird smoky figure gliding on the street. According to the family, it was a ghost, but many people on YouTube had other opinions. However, even if we consider it as a faulty camera, we can still see the speed with which the figure was floating. It looks a bit too eerie even for a camera glitch. Camping in the woods can sound all fun, but it's only fun if nature and wildlife let you be there in peace, which of course was not the case for these campers. After a hectic day of trailing and having fun, the man was just trying to rest a bit in his camp, but he forgot to keep his legs inside too, and that's when a huge bear appeared on the scene. Intrigued by the smell of food and the presence of humans, the bear decided to investigate the area starting from the legs that were sticking out of a camp. After sniffing the feet for a few seconds, the bear bit one of them, straddling the man, which in turn startled the bear and it ran away. Thankfully, the bear had no ill intentions, and the camper turned out completely safe. However, this might not always be the case, as what we need to remember is that these are the apex predators. Encountering hitchhikers in the middle of the night and on a completely empty road can already be a scary experience. But what if these hitchhikers start turning up in the weirdest shapes hiding along the road, as if they will pounce upon anyone who tries to stop and look? The same thing happened to these men who were driving out at night when they encountered huge creatures crouching on the ground. The creature looked really slim and tall with a human-like posture, but had completely whitish skin with no features like eyes or mouth visible properly. Spotted 2 times on the same road, gave the men an experience they might never forget their whole life. Could this be the famous rake waiting to pounce on unsuspecting victims? This clip, filmed in 2023, might make you think twice about leaving your pantry door open. A frustrated homeowner, tired of finding his pantry perpetually ajar, decided to catch the culprit on camera. What he filmed was unsettling. Blown off. The man who uploaded this video works at a hotel at night, and according to him, he had seen weird things happen in the hotel, and that is why he tries staying out of it at night. However, no one believed him until he got this video on his camera and showed it to others. At first, everything seems normal with him wandering around in the place, but then he places the camera at a spot and leaves. And as soon as he does, we see chairs falling off and being displaced all over the place. Seconds after that, the man comes back and puts everything in place. But as soon as he leaves again, the same thing happens again. According to him, there were no strings attached, and that was no prank. It was nothing but a glimpse into his everyday life at work. The man in this clip was coming back to his office from the cafeteria, but as he reached the running point of the lobby, he was horribly pushed back by an unknown entity. Even when he tried holding the wall, he was lifted up, then slammed back onto the ground. The man hardly made it out alive, as whatever the entity was, it was all into dragging him with it. Was this a well-coordinated stunt, or was it an angry ghost coming to get their revenge? What do you think? Uploaded on YouTube a couple of years ago, this video claimed to have recorded a ghost. As the man leaves the camera recording in the basement and goes upstairs, we can sense something weird that is going on in the room. Moments after the door slightly moves and then a weird face appears from inside the other room. It looked like the face of a man, but that was all. No hands or body or anything else was there. Just a floating face looking straight towards the camera before disappearing back into the darkness. According to the man, he had sensed an unusual presence in his home before too, and that is why he left the camera there. I would certainly, and in the distance, there are two black figures in motion. These figures appear to be similar to apes or gorillas crossing the field. However, even from this long distance, their gait and posture appear human-like, and they have substantial sizes. While gorillas can also grow to large sizes, they don't typically reach the same height as these creatures. Additionally, these two beings' full bodies seem to be covered in thick black fur. The identity of these creatures remains uncertain, and whether they are truly Bigfoots or another type of wildlife is a subject of debate. Encountering something unexplained is frightening in itself, but being stalked by an inexplicable entity takes fear to a whole new level. This video was captured by a trail camera, and initially it appears to show a swamp scene with a deer passing in front of the camera. Nothing unusual, right? However, when he reviewed the footage, he was shocked by what he saw. Now, he's much more likely to believe his ducks when they start making a commotion again. In this video, filmed by an individual in a forested swamp area, we observe a man seemingly searching for something, relaxed yet focused. The person filming captures both the man and the surroundings, creating a sense of the environment. The tranquility is abruptly disrupted when a chilling sight emerges from behind a rock in the swamp. A creepy, somewhat translucent figure reminiscent of a ghost from horror movies. This unexpected appearance shocks both the man and the person filming, prompting them to flee in fear. The sudden appearance of this ghost-like figure in such a setting is unnerving. I watched this video for quite some time now, and I can't say exactly what that was. Was it simply a trick of light and shadow, or something more supernatural? In this video, a man is filming his friend, who is attempting to start a car stuck in the snow on a mountain road within a forest in Romania. The atmosphere is one of determination as they work to free the vehicle from its snowy trap. However, the situation takes a sudden turn when the driver notices something unusual. As the cameraman zooms in on the area the driver is looking at, a startling image comes into view. There stands a large, hairy creature with brown hair, walking upright on two legs. Its appearance strikingly resembles that of Bigfoot, a creature of folklore and legend. But I'm at odds with this video. Is Bigfoot also present in Eastern Europe? I always thought it to be present mainly in North America. What do you think? This video captures a nerve-wracking experience from the perspective of someone filming inside their tent. Through the tent's fabric, we can see two lions licking the water droplets off the walls of the tent. This intimate encounter with the wild animals is both fascinating and frightening. The proximity of the lions, mere inches away from the person inside, creates a tense atmosphere. The idea of being so close to these majestic but dangerous creatures, separated only by the thin material of a tent, is enough to unnerve anyone. I am not sure I would have been able to sit so quietly. Just imagine the sheer terror one must feel. In this tense video, the scene unfolds from inside a trailer house, where a creature outside growls menacingly, shaking the entire structure in what appears to be an attack. The intensity of the situation is palpable. as the trailer residents experience fear and uncertainty. Once the commotion subsides, one of the occupants bravely steps outside to investigate. They film the aftermath, showing the torn net of the door and capturing a pair of glowing eyes lurking behind the bushes. Adding to the mystery, the person discovers a large clump of hair nearby. The individual recounts seeing a large, hairy creature walking on 2 feet, leading him to speculate that it could be Bigfoot. The video leaves a lingering sense of unease. The idea of a possible Bigfoot lurking in the vicinity is both fascinating and unsettling. Was the Bigfoot trying to communicate with this person, or was it on the hunt? In this eerie video, we are given a first-person view inside a house at night. The person filming initially walks down the hallway before entering a room where a chilling sight awaits. In the back of the room, there is a humanoid figure seated on the floor, appearing to be crying. The figure has a ghostly, translucent quality, making it difficult to discern its features clearly. Startled by this haunting image, the man filming quickly exits the room, shutting the door behind him. However, driven by curiosity or concern, he soon returns for another look. This time, he finds the figure standing in the middle of the room, revealing itself to be what looks like the ghost of a young girl. The man reacts with fear once again, hastily leaving the room, closing the door and ending the video. Was that one of the best ghost encounters, or was it all a setup? What do you think? In this video, captured from the deck of a cruise ship, viewers are treated to a peculiar and somewhat eerie sight in the middle of the ocean. The person filming focuses on what appears to be an enormous rock formation emerging from the water, bearing a striking resemblance to ancient water dinosaurs. As the waves crash against this formidable structure, it creates an intimidating and awe-inspiring spectacle. The question arises as to how a ship could be sailing too close to such a massive rock without any form of impact if it is indeed a rock. Others speculated that this was the site of one of the gigantic creatures hiding in the depths of the ocean, surfacing next to this ship. The video leaves me with an unsettling feeling. I can't imagine what the people there might have felt. I, for one, have a deep fear of the oceans, so seeing that just makes me shiver. In this video, a man films a unique and puzzling discovery he made on a beach in Texas. Resting in the palm of his hand is a blob-like creature, unlike anything typically seen. The texture and movement of the creature add to its intriguing nature. It seems to almost pulsate or wiggle in his hand, captivating the man's attention and likely that of the viewers as well. Does anyone know what we are dealing with here? In this video, a woman is recording her husband and adolescent son playing with a ball outside, capturing a simple family moment. However, the leisurely atmosphere shifts when the son notices something unusual at the window of a nearby building. Reacting to her son's observation, the woman quickly directs her camera toward the window. There, she captures a fleeting image of a man watching them. Intriguingly, the figure in the window seems transparent, almost ghost-like. As soon as the figure realizes it's being watched, it disappears from view. The family's curiosity is piqued, leading them to investigate the building. To their surprise, they find it completely empty, with no trace of the mysterious onlooker. Was this the site of someone who lost their life inside that house? And why was it watching from the window? What do you think? This video, taken from the perspective of a zoo visitor, shows a tense and alarming situation unfolding inside the lion enclosure. 2 zoo employees are seen inside the cage, possibly there for maintenance or care of the animals. Initially, everything appears calm, with the lion and lioness seemingly unbothered by the human presence. However, the calm is abruptly shattered when the lion unexpectedly attacks one of the employees. The suddenness of the attack catches everyone off guard. In a desperate attempt to assist his colleague, the other employee intervenes, leading to a brief but intense chase. Remarkably, the lioness also reacts, leaping onto the lion in an apparent effort to stop the attack, though she is unsuccessful in her intervention. Thankfully, both men manage to escape from the enclosure without serious injury. I have to say that anyone choosing to work so closely with lions must be paid very well. Just imagine how close one must be to death at every interactions with these formidable beasts. In this video, filmed by a man in a forest, we witness a harrowing encounter between two men and a black bear. Initially, the bear merely observes them, but the situation quickly escalates when it starts charging towards the men, seemingly intent on attacking.
When we got up to move away from the bears, the bear did kind of...
One of the men, in a desperate attempt to defend themselves, fires a gun towards the bear, trying to scare it. The loud noise successfully scares the bear, prompting it to retreat back into the forest. However, feeling a lingering threat to their safety, the men make the difficult decision to kill the bear. The video captures the intense and dangerous nature of unexpected wildlife encounters in their habitat. It's a stark reminder of the fine line between admiration for these majestic creatures and the need for self-preservation. The situation leaves me with an unsettling feeling. On one hand, I am sad that the bear lost its life, considering we are the ones coming to its habitat, while at the same time, I am thankful that the guys managed to get out alive. This video, captured by a surveillance camera inside a school sports room, starts off showing a normal scene with children relaxing in the room. However, the calm is abruptly disrupted when one of the walls of the room is suddenly demolished, causing chaos and panic among the children. They quickly flee the area as debris from the wall scatters across the room, accompanied by a cloud of dust. The destruction appears to be the result of a severe weather event. The impact of such a force is evident in the sudden collapse of the wall and the ensuing chaos in the room. The idea that something like this could happen to everyone, and the aggressiveness of recent weather events worries me. For more strange and interesting footage, check this out.